Hello, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi. And I'm great. And I'm glad to meet you. And I'm a little bit nervous, so
Oh
I'm
no,
already
a little
breathe a little
noise.
bit. Hi, Chad. Hi. I'm Alexstra, and you can call me Alex, maybe Alexstria. I don't know why, but some people call me that. And I don't know why, but in my language, it's easily to pronounce my nickname. But it's origin from Alexstrasza from
Oh,
World of Warcraft, and
oh, okay.
for some reason, and I think it's not supposed to sound so different, so difficult,
Well, it's really
but it
interesting.
happens.
Yeah, like because like so we were trying to get a show started, but we
Hmm.
found out that our time zones were pretty severely different to a point that you're
Like
10 hours ahead of me right now.
10 hours. I'm living in. I think it's 27th for me. So I'm living in the future. That's
Hey, cool.
crazy.
How's it in the future? Do we finally fix the economic crisis in the world?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm glad that we're still alive.
oh, that's good. That's good. At least we're still alive. That's good. That's good. Awesome. Well, no worries. Well, I think that you are a very interesting character because usually I try to like reach out to people and I try to get to know them a little bit more. But this is
Hmm.
actually a very good reason why I can't get to know you. That's because everywhere you have your information is in Russian. I can't speak Russian, so it's really interesting.
That
You
definitely is it's difficult language, and I think only a few people in the world know Russian. But I'm glad that I know English. I don't know English so well. Sometimes I can freeze and think about this, what I want to say, but I think it's mid. I can
yes,
understand you and I can speak, and it's fine. But I think, in my opinion, strong accent, and I don't like it. You
oh,
know,
well, I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I like
you think?
accents. I think it's really cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. Actually, I think it's really cool. I like
Thank
people
you.
with accents. I think people with accents, especially thick accents, is really cool. I wish I had a thick accent. I just have a regular American accent, and those are boring. Boring. You don't want American accents. You want cool, like French or Italian or Russian accents.
French. A first person who speaks English, I met a Spanish person,
Oh,
and they have, I think, a sick accent. I think it's cool to have something like this.
I think so too. I think it's really cool to have like a thick accent. I think it's really awesome. Now, can you say something in Russian for me? Can you like say "Welcome to the show"?
Добро пожаловать на шоу.
Oh, cool. I like that. That was cool. I like that.
I
I should put that as my intro from now on. It'd be so cool.
I I learned how can I say it? I had a stream before where me and other English-speaking YouTuber learned Russian,
Like
and
Dottie, right?
it was so funny. Yeah, it was a dirty, and it was funny. It was actually good. I didn't know that English people can speak Russian, like this from nothing. So good.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm terrible with other languages, so I'll let the professionals learn these languages on their own, like Dottie is. And all I want to do is just ask you some questions to get to know you a little bit because so far I don't really know much about you, and I think it's really interesting. And I think it's really really interesting. So we'll definitely get to know you on that kind of scale. And then apparently Pasta, who's a follower of mine, actually already been
Mhm.
following you because apparently he's been checking you out as well. So one of my viewers already knows you. It's so cool.
Thank you. I think I have English subtitles on my channel, so you can watch my stream and still understand what I'm saying. And you can also always type something in English in chat, and I will answer you in English.
Ooh, I like that. That's so cool. That's cool. I can't understand Russian, but I can one thing. The amazing interviewee is one hell of a gamer that is amazing and trends to be really fun to chat and watch. Alex, I see. So you are you a gamer? Do you like to play video games on stream?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. He's not really a gamer. Sorry, Pasta.
I'm not a gamer, but I actually don't play games on my streams, and
Oh,
there's a reason because my viewers don't like games,
oh,
and I changed my directions from the past because maybe a half of a year before I was only playing games, different games. I I was trying to find my audience, find new people, find the people I like, people who want to watch my stream.
mhm.
So I was trying different stuff like playing games, maybe just more speaking with my audience, different stuff. But for now, I'm not playing games because I'm doing something like show type streams.
Hmm,
I have a special. I always have a special guests,
okay.
and it's always like a collab.
Okay. So it's kind of what I'm doing right now. You're
Mhm.
hosting a show where you have a special guest come on. You guys talk.
Yeah, and I think this stream maybe in this interview may be interesting because you know I was always wondered. So we have like Australian VTubers and maybe VTubers from I don't know Africa, Egypt, and from other countries with local cultures maybe who speaks only their language. So you don't actually see these VTubers on Twitch, and you don't watch them, and you don't know what happens in their community and between them, between their VTubers. So maybe we can talk a little bit about Russian VTubing,
Ooh.
Russian speaking VTubers, because it's not only Russia, it's also Belarus, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and other countries.
No, that's
Speaks
actually really
Russian as
interesting.
well.
I actually am really curious to learn more about this because the cool thing about it is that you're 100% correct. There is a huge different demographic of people who usually watch it, and they probably have completely different personalities and standards. Like I'm so used to dealing with American kind of like streamers and chatters and stuff like that. So it's super different when we see someone from completely opposite side of the world and how their communities differ. Which is kind of cool. I like to see that. I like to see that.
Some people ask me, um, what one thing I want to change in me and in my life. I'm upset because I'm not English speaking person. Like, I'm not native English person. And because of that, I can understand other people, but other people can understand me. So
Mhm.
I think when English is your native language, you can do so much more. But when I'm, just a Russian person and I don't know any other language, I'm like stuck in my own bubble. I
Makes
I
sense.
can
Makes
do
sense.
nothing because of it, and it's not great. But we have what we have.
No, I agree. I agree, and I do like that kind of style of things. Like, I would imagine, like if I went to like Japan, and like where I do not know anything Japanese, and I would go there and I would try to speak English. And even though I'm very fluent in English, people wouldn't understand me, and it would be pretty frustrating, and it would be very like embarrassing to try and do something. Like, say, what if like I was stuck at a train station I've never been to, and I'm trying to ask for directions, and they don't know how to like tell me where to go, because I'm trying to speak in English, like, hey, where do I go to get to this place on the map? And they just like, I don't know. So it's really good to have multiple languages. And I do want to ask you the question of like, and by the way, this is
Hmm.
going to be a little bit different than how our normal interviews are. But the question I ask is, why are you so interested with learning English? Because like, I think your English is really good. I actually think it's really
Thank
impressive.
you,
Of
thank you.
course.
I want to mention that it's my, I think third maybe time when I speak with the English person and trying to um, be
The
fluent.
third time. That's
And
crazy.
then it's difficult because I want to know English, and I think I can understand so much more, but I, just can't talk. Because when you need to talk, you need to think about it, and when you speak Russian, I just speak.
Mhm.
So when you practice a lot, it just happens.
It
You
does,
you
yeah.
just you just saying what you want to say.
Mhm.
When you're a person like me who never talks, so it creates a problem that I can't communicate without the pain, because it's a little bit harsh, and I can't say really what I really want to say, because I need to say it so simple.
Mhm.
That's the problem. And I want to improve my English, because I can, just collab with English VTubers. And we don't have such thing in Russian community, like almost at all. I maybe seen only a few collabs with English VTubers, and it was also my collabs a few times, but never more. I
Mhm.
think
Makes sense. Makes
it.
sense. Okay, okay. Why do you think that is? Why do you think there's a huge gap between like English and Russian VTube? Like this collapse in that kind of sense. Is it because literally there's a giant ocean between us, or do you think there's something more?
I don't think it's because of the ocean, but mm, you know, when I'm trying to speak English, uh, maybe 70% of my audience don't know English
True.
at
True.
all. And I don't know how can you do not speak English in 2024. Like it it's the most common language in the world. You just you know you can't watch English videos on YouTube. You just can't watch streams on Twitch because you don't know English. So
Whoa.
I think it's like the basic skill you need to learn in your life. And I don't know why so much people just don't know English.
Hmm.
I think it's okay if you don't want to learn new languages. And we also have English in school program. So it's like you always learning English. Maybe sometimes you learn German, but for now it's only English, if I remember correctly.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, I understand that completely. I like that. I like that. Well, hopefully one day we can get more people to learn English, because I do know that like a lot of people who don't know English very well are people who usually are like on the older generation where they didn't need to learn that kind of stuff. But now that we're getting into a society where there's a lot of people are starting to recognize English as a more common like language that everyone should know, I'm thinking as that goes on, more younger people will learn how to speak more English, and then English will be a little bit more easier to understand. Hopefully, hopefully. That's why my guess. That's my guess. Now, really quick,
I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope so too. Now, really quick,
Hmm.
Pasta showed off some redeems. One of the redeems is
Hmm.
a spin the wheel. So, do you mind if I spin the wheel really quick and ask you a random question?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Cool, awesome. And also, if you want to drink some water and stretch, there's also a thing that he redeemed as well.
I'm okay. I was streaming VR
Oh, then you're all limbered up. You're all
yesterday,
limbered.
and I wasn't drinking for like 5 hours.
Ooh.
It's okay.
Okay, okay, makes sense, makes sense. Well, no
Favorite
worries.
pizza
So, do you have
toppings.
a pizza topping you really like? What is Russia's
Hmm.
go-to pizza topping?
I think my favorite pizza is just the simple one, margarita. I
That's a simple one.
it's a simple one.
I was going to say like pepperoni pizza. That's like the most simplest.
But no, in Russia, not so many people like pepperoni. I don't know
Mm.
why, but the most common pizza in Russia is margarita.
Huh. Like, don't get me wrong,
The-
margarita pizza is really good. I'm super down for it. But that's
and
so
I also
interesting.
like pepperoni. I don't like this mm, big pile of toppings on my pizza because I just want to eat something simple.
Mhm.
I don't want to be like uh, overloaded with this. I don't remember how can I say this, but I don't want to be overloaded with my pizza
Yeah,
because
you don't
I
want
just want
too much. You
to
don't want too much on your pizza. Too much.
I want to it be simple.
Yeah, simple.
So and maybe sometimes I get my pepperoni. Maybe do you have? I think it's a USA thing. Bee sting. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like
Beasting?
pepperoni pizza, and it's hot,
It's
and
hot.
it's with honey.
Honey? Honey.
It's honey. I
Pepperoni
don't
pizza with
know.
honey. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from, but I think it's from USA. Maybe.
Not I
I
have ever heard. I've never heard of pepperoni pizza with honey. I've heard of
with honey.
pineapple pizza. I know like the Hawaiian pizza, which will have some barbecue sauce on it, and then of course pineapple. But I never heard pizza with honey before. Huh.
And it's like tasty. I don't know why, but it's good. What do you think about pineapple on pizza?
To me, I can't. I don't like it. Not me. Not my jam. I don't really like pineapple really in general, and pineapple on pizza just doesn't sound very good to me because I like my. I don't like sweet and salty tastes. I like them to be
Oh,
separate. I don't like sweet and
okay.
salty. So for pizza, when you eat something salty and you taste it very sweet, it kind of ruins it for me. But that is me personally. I do know that like pepperoni pineapple pizza in the United States. It's a lot different than everywhere else in the world. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think so. I know about the pizza cult in America, and I was impressed when I get to know that the most consumable amount of pizza actually in US, not in Italy. And it's crazy because I was thinking, Italy maybe the origin from pizza, so why is it like that?
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird, right? But I actually heard the same thing that United States actually likes pizza more than Italy does. But they're kind of just more known for their pastas.
I think so. And in Russia, we have just the most common places you can find. I think in the US too, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and other the places you can go in the US.
Hmm.
So and I'm not sure, but maybe pizza is top one junk food in Russia.
Wait, so in Russia, pizza is the #1 top junk food?
I think so. We don't have like a big variety of maybe sushi places and burger places. Um, Maybe because we have only a few franchises. We have Burger King, KFC, McDonald's, and that's it. That's it. So you don't have anything besides that.
No, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. One, I always consider the United States' biggest junk food is their burgers. Burgers is probably the most fattiest things we have. Um, but did you say that sushi is junk food?
Mm, maybe not 100%, but
Oh.
rice is still mm, not so good for your diet.
Really? Rice is not so good? I've always been told by all these influencers back in the United States saying that you should always have rice in your diet because there's nothing in it and it just like fills you up.
I think it have a lot of calories, so when you eat a lot of rice, it's not so good. It's like bread in Russia. So we don't eat much rice in Russia, but I think it's very popular. When I choose my, sub dish, it's Usually it's rice because maybe it's potatoes, or maybe rice. I don't like anything else. But in Russia, we eat a lot of bread. So
Bread.
it's like for breakfast and for dinner and for lunch. We eat a lot of bread. And we have lots and lots of different bread.
Bread.
I
Go for it.
also heard about a bread problem in the US, because it's not very healthy.
Mhm. I can see that. I can see that. I never really actually like needed bread that often. Bread was never that big of a deal for me here in the United States. But I don't know. I've always thought bread was just like empty calories that just like sticks to you and never goes away. While like rice calories is like different. It feels like where you actually deal with a little bit more of like it still fills you up, but doesn't like stay in your body as long as like bread does. You know?
Maybe I think it's still better than eating bread. So
Wow.
between rice and bread, I prefer to eat maybe rice.
Okay. Okay.
It's healthier
So
option
okay.
at least.
So rice is healthier than bread.
I think so, but I'm not sure because you know I'm not the diet person. I just eating what I want
Which
and
is
don't
good.
care
It's
about it.
good. No, it's fine. I was really curious. I was like thinking about getting a Japanese VTuber on here and just have you to have a debate.
Japanese
Yeah, just
VTuber.
have a debate between rice and bread, and who has the better calorie.
Oh, and also bread in Japan is very different from the US and from Russian because we have a lot of bread, but it's not like soft. And
Mm.
in Japan, you always have your bread so soft. It's almost like fluffy.
Oh,
And we have I don't know how to call it, but it's brown bread maybe,
round.
brown bread, and it's not soft. It's hard as brick.
No, no. Okay, I like it. I like it. Oh, yeah, well, that's interesting. That's interesting. I really like to hear that kind of stuff. Let's go back to what we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really much of a gamer, and when you stream, you don't really talk about video games. Are you like an artist? Do you like do art streams, or do you mostly just do these talk show kind of style things?
No, I can't draw anything. I'm not an artist. Maybe in a show way. Most of the people call me showman because
Showman, huh?
I like to do some ADHD stuff, and so people won't get bored on my stream. I have maybe teenager audience. They're like young, and they want to see fast content. Just sit and watch something booming on your screen.
True, true,
And
true.
I'm doing something like this. Uh, in the previous, I was only playing games, and for me, it was boring. I don't like playing games. I never play games mm, in any places beside my stream. And I also don't watch anime, don't watch films, and don't watch any TV series. I just working on my stream, and repeat. That's my life.
Hey,
So I'm
if you're
like
having fun,
I'm a full-time VTuber.
nice. Well, hey, if you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself, then go for it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm really curious what you do for your free time because it sounds like you either work on streams, stream, and sleep, and that's all you do.
And that's true, but
No.
sometimes I'm just chilling and watching YouTube videos. And I also watching streams and I
Hmm,
watching VTubers
I
in
like
my
that.
free time.
Huh. Well, that's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That's really cool. It's very cool. Very cool. All right.
Usually I'm doing something like, uh, it's not a show type of stream, but it's something like maybe you laugh, you lose, money match, and some stuff like this. So I always have some guests, and we just chilling, talking about something, maybe spend our time with some tests. So just doing fun stuff.
Nice, nice. Well, it sounds like I need to come on your show then too, because it'd be kind of cool
Why
to like
not?
both of us go on each other's shows, right?
I'm be glad, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's not the common thing I have, so it should be unusual, and I'll be glad.
That'd be cool. I like that. I like that. We'll try and do something like that because I'm pretty sure our talk shows are pretty different. Like my talk show is a little pretty straightforward, but also very relaxed and chill. It's pretty die down. It's mostly just to get to know the guests and just have some fun talks and good deep discussions. Well, it seems like your talk show always has something really interesting. There's always like a video to be played to react to, and there's always like questions that kind of blow up all of this stuff, and it has some really deep conversations of what's going on in the world.
It is, and I have a special ability. I'm talking with like all the time. I'm not going silent for a second. I
Not
just need to speak and speak and speak. I can do that with my English because problems, but in Russian, I can speak so fast and without any pauses.
Oh
I can
wow.
just speak and speak for an hours. I think, spend 12 hours speaking without a stop.
Really? That's pretty impressive. Like I think I talk a lot and I do have a lot of discussions I could talk about for a while. But I wouldn't be able to do a 12-hour just nonstop talking session. Like I don't think I'm interested in anything that's like 12 hours long. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
I think it's important because when you're talking, your viewers are engaged in your stream. But when you go silent, sometimes a 5 seconds of your silence can mm, be deadly for you because people are just will go in any other place because they want to hear something and you just remain silent, and I'm always worrying about it. That's why it's a little bit boring for me with watching some people who not talking too much.
Mhm.
That's the reason. And many people, I ask you a question?
Ask me a question.
Do you watch VTubers?
I do watch VTubers. I watch a lot of VTubers.
Okay, and do you know who Philan is?
Filligan? Yeah, I know Filligan.
Philan? So many people, I don't know why, but they say that I am a Russian version of Philan,
Really?
just like a cheaper version of her. And that's true. Yeah, that's true. I often do VR stuff, and I'm also falling like crazy, smashing my head.
Oh no.
That happens. So I'm also hyperactive, and people compare me to Philan in our community, but only a few because not so many people watch English VTubers in our community.
Makes sense, makes sense. Well, have you ever talked to Villian? Have you ever like done a Fillian off? Maybe you guys both trying to out Fillian each other?
No, because I'm think I'm too small. Because when you have a media giant, as I used to say about big VTubers, my guests always, just about my size.
Mm-hmm.
I never collab with a no really big VTuber, and I think I need to improve my English a little bit to be on the stream.
I would reach out to her. In my opinion, it sounds like you might be smaller than Fillian, but you have a pretty large following. You have about 7,000 followers on Twitch, which is pretty impressive. I would definitely say
Thank
that if
you.
you, of course, I would definitely maybe like reach out to Fillian to say, hey, Fillian, I would love to get to know you and maybe do a collab with you. I'm known as the Russian Fillian over in Russia, and I would love to see if we can like out Fillian each other in the quotations and
Hmm.
stuff like that. I don't know, it'd just be kind of fun just to see you guys like interact with each other.
But I'm worrying about one thing. Maybe it isn't that sounds like I'm, just copying somebody.
I wouldn't say you copying that person. You're inspired by someone. People like see you like those kind of things. Like if you were purposely trying to be like a Fillian, and you're trying to act like a Phillian and do stuff like that, then that'd be kind of copying. But if you're just doing the things that you like to do and just having fun, and people compare you to Phillian while you're just being your natural person, I don't think that's copying. I think that people just find it like similar, you know.
Maybe it's I'm look like a fanboy. Do you think?
Maybe, I don't know, you like, so without your shark outfit, you do look very feminine, and obviously you do have a male voice.
Yeah.
So
So
usually when you have a male voice but have a very feminine body, they usually make that comparisons. But Fillion is not like a Tom.
fanboy.
Yeah, I don't think Fillion's a
You
fanboy.
think so?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Fillion's a fanboy. I think Fillion's definitely like a lady, like a girl.
Nah,
I think she's like a tomboy.
it-
She's a tomboy. How about that?
maybe it's just like a popular joke because if you
Oh.
type villain in Google, the second you will find is villain a boy or something like this.
That's funny. I wonder if she gets talked about that. I know she's a furry. Definitely know that's the thing.
And they're always my audience always say that I'm a furry, and it's just not like that. I'm not animal.
You're not
I don't
animal.
like animal related stuff, and I have a human face. It's like looks like a human face, like just in the anime style. I don't have a cat nose. I don't have a long face like shark does. So why am I a furry?
Well,
I can also say
you
that
are wearing
word,
a shark outfit.
but Gavargura also does.
Yeah. So she's actually a shark. So she's a
And
furry too. Gura is a furry.
you think so?
Gura, I'm gonna say this now. I might get clipped for this, but I'm gonna say it now. Gura is a furry.
So she's not just like an anime girl with a tail.
Well, she keeps on telling everyone that she is a shark. And when you tell people you are a shark, you're pretty much a furry because you're telling people you are a animal.
Okay,
Isn't that what
makes
furries are?
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I'm not associating myself with something like that.
So what?
I
What are you? Like, because you have blue skin. You're like a Phillian
mm,
blue.
I think I'm just blue.
Just
I'm
blue.
just I'm just blue,
Just blue.
and that's the case.
And you have long
I
ears. You have long ears too.
but I'm not animal still.
You're not animal.
I know, and I don't do any animal related stuff like sniffing, and I don't have.
I know. I'm
Mhm,
feeling very
mhm.
suspicious about this. You don't look like any human that I know.
But I don't have any animal habits, so I think I'm not a furry. And I also can say this word without a problem. I don't know why, but it's so difficult to say furry. It's actually difficult to pronounce.
It's hard for you to say furry.
Furry, yes.
You know what a word in English I still have a hard time pronouncing?
Mm.
Even to this day, like I still have a hard time.
What is it?
Is caterpillar.
Caterpillar. Oh.
I actually have to like pay attention to what I'm saying because if I don't, I just say caterpillar and it just rolls terribly. But I have to actually pay attention and be like caterpillar and actually like think about it.
I had problems with my speech before, like when I was a child, and I still have these problems. But a lot of people think that I'm, working on the radio and something like this because of my voice. But I still have lots of mistakes and can say some words correctly. I also have an R thing that I can say, and sh. With this sound, I also have problems. I also heard that some Americans can say "rrr." Can you say that?
God, I just had some popcorn. It's kind of hard to roll your tongue with your popcorn. Give me
It's
that.
okay. But it's difficult actually.
Yeah, you can roll.
Yeah, it sounds similar. It's so you can say some Russian stuff, I think, because and when you speak in Russian, you need to have your r ready. And I'm also a little bit confused because when I was speaking English, my mouth is so tired. It's so difficult to me. And so I think some languages are just too different from English. We have different sounds. We have different, just different alphabet, and that's why I can pronounce some words so easy.
It makes
So
sense. Like,
sometimes I have hard times.
there's definitely like words out there that makes it so that you have a hard time pronouncing things because you have to emphasize your mouth and like move it around, and if you don't do it that way, it doesn't sound right. That's why that's why like slang words come into place in like American speech, so that you don't say it all. Like a very popular word to say in American is y'all. Y'all.
Yo.
Yeah. Which is just like all of you.
Mm.
So
Um, can I say that I want to make a brain rot stream?
you want to make a
Uh,
what kind of stream?
Brain rot,
A
you
brain
know what
rot
is
stream.
brain rot stream, just like Giat Ohio Sigma level 35, something like that.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun.
And many people in Russia likes, I don't know why, Sigma stuff.
Like,
We
the Sigma male, like the meme.
Sigma male, yeah, this meme. We have a lot of Sigma memes.
Sigma memes. I actually
But
have a
nobody in Russia know about, Giat,
yacht.
Ohio Riz. I just can't use my 7TV emotes because nobody knows what is Riz and Ohio
Riz.
and something like this.
I love these memes you guys are talking about. That's so funny.
And I like memes. I like, just this US culture, English culture, English memes. And that's the reason I only watching English speaking VTubers. I don't watch my colleagues stream. I just watching, big VTubers because I need to have my inspiration ready and I need to find it. So I'm watching big streamers.
I like it. I like it. You
create
keep
content.
watching those big streamers. They're really cool.
Because when you're watching only your colleagues, you just like steal their ideas. And I want to bring something new to Russian community. That's why I'm watching English content all the time, and also English videos on YouTube, English creators at all. So I just don't watch Russian content creators like I think at all.
At all. Wow. Wow. Okay, it makes sense. Makes sense. Before we go off on another topic, I do want to go through what Chad was saying because Viku is another good friend of mine. As they came out, she's not feeling. They're not feeling so good, so they're going to be pretty quiet. But they did throw out a hydrate and a spin the wheel. So get some water in you, and we're going to do another spin. Okay.
Okay.
Get another spin on it. But I do like this conversation we're having, so stick a pin in that. We'll get back to it.
Okay.
Okay, so over in Russia, what kind of music do you like to listen to?
Okay. I'm. It may sound crazy, but I don't listen to music.
You know what? Like for how much work you put into your VTubing, it makes sense. But also, this is kind of weird. You're right. It is kind of weird because how can someone not
it's actually so weird to people when I'm saying this, that I'm not listening any music at all, and I never was in my life.
Really?
I don't. Uh, yeah, I don't know why. I just don't like music so much.
Hmm.
I can listen something on a YouTube. Sometimes YouTube like gives you a playlist mix from different videos with clips, and I can listen to this. I just don't care. I can listen to anything. I don't have any preferences. I don't have Spotify. Actually, I don't have any music, or uh, how is it called? I don't know. So I don't have anything to listen to music.
Wow, that's
Not
actually
a
pretty
single
impressive.
account in any music services.
Huh, that's so crazy. Like for me, I have Spotify, and like when I wake up, literally as soon as my alarm goes up, it's my music that plays. I just take my phone, I get ready for the day while it plays music in the background. I usually like to have like chill jazz or like lo-fi kind of music because it's nice and chill, and it kind of gets me to keep going. But like, so you just don't listen to anything. You just don't have any music you like. Like you don't. It's not that you don't like music, because you do like watching videos which music is in them, but you just wouldn't listen to them by yourself, just alone.
And yeah, I think when I'm alone, I'm just prefer to maybe watching some streams, and I don't like any music in the background because it just interrupts me, and it just like a noise. I don't like that. But I always have background music on my streams, and I like energetic music. Maybe something from a Nintendo BGM, because it's some just sounds chill and good, and I just can't speak on my streams without music. But I don't listen anything of why I am alone, because I need to concentrate. I need to do my stuff. Maybe sometimes I listen to some ASMR,
Okay,
but
okay.
that's all.
Makes sense. It seems like you do like the chill, like relaxing kind of music, but you just don't listen to it on your own. You just like to have it on for other people to listen to.
It's definitely strange, but maybe it's just my thing, my special ability to to be in a quiet place and not listen to anything, because all of my friends likes music, and I don't like music. So we have this, a
It is
little
kind of
fight
interesting. It is
between us.
interesting. I don't really hear that very often, but it's cool. It's like it. I like it. Be unique and be interesting. I like that. That's really cool.
And what do you listen?
So I listen to, like I told you, I listen to like jazz, lo-fi
Hmm.
kind of music in the beginning, and then my music playlist is pretty random. I don't like to listen to a lot of singing music. I like a lot of music without words. I like speed. I like fast pace and stuff like that. But also I like to listen chill every now and then. So it really depends on my mood. If I'm like working out, I want to listen to something upbeat and moving. If I want to just chill and relax, I'll listen to some like classical, not classical, but like some smooth jazz, lo-fi kind of stuff.
I can agree, and I also like something speedy, energetic, to bring me some energy
Mhm.
to keep the stuff going. I also remember that Vidal. I think you know who Vidal is.
Beetle,
Irasama,
Beetle,
Vidal,
Beetle, Beetle.
Vidal, Vidal, the turtle guy.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Hmm. And he also mentioned that he just listened to the YouTube mix, just random stuff, random music. I'm a person like that, so I just listen to anything, and I don't have any preferences. In Russia, most of the people just listen to you know the most common stuff you can listen to in other parts of the world.
Mhm.
We don't have, too much bands from Russia. Maybe we have, but I don't know because I'm just not interested.
Makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Okay, cool, awesome. Well, so I have some questions for you. I have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
questions. I usually ask you like 15 questions, but in this case,
Mm-hmm.
we're actually going to cut down some of the questions because you are very unique. You're very unique. You don't really play video games and you play art. You mostly just a talkative like person. So my questions are gonna be a little bit shortened for you. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
then also, how about have you introduced yourself to? Oh yeah, you did introduce yourself as Alex. Cool.
I
Uh,
introduced myself.
you did, you did. I do remember that. Okay, cool. Awesome. Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. Cool. Would you like to get started with those questions, or do you want to talk about something else?
Okay, why not?
Go.
I
Awesome.
can answer to them and I can add some of my stuff.
Cool. And then you can feel free to ask me any questions. Okay. So the first
Okay.
question I want to ask is, how did you get started with streaming, and why?
Oh, it's an interesting story. So I was sick. Maybe it was 2022, and it was in August, I think. And maybe it was in September. I don't remember correctly, but I was sick because of COVID, and it was my, I think, first time when I met COVID by myself. So I was pretty sick. I
Mm.
was feeling not so good because my head hurts a lot,
Aw.
and I had temperature like almost 40 for a whole week. So it was a lot of pain. It was a lot of pain for
In
me. Eh,
Celsius.
yeah. And after this,
5
um, I was bored. I just bored. Didn't know what to do because I can only just lay in bed and maybe watch some YouTube. In that period of my life, I started to watch some streams because I already watch all videos I can. So I just started to watch streams, and I never done that before. So it was like a new experience for me. And after this, I thought, why can I do that by myself? Why can I became a streamer? Because I like to talk. I always talking with myself when I'm alone. I just can have a little walk in my apartment and discussing something with myself because I'm bored and I just want to talk. I like to speak with people, and I also wanted to play some games.
Hmm.
And it was so sad when I'm playing games and I just can share my emotions and thoughts and opinion with somebody. That was the case when when and why I become a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time, I didn't know anything about VTubers. So I wasn't a VTuber. A,
Oh.
mm, but I became one lately. So, and I also, uh, I think, can I say that? But I hated VTubers.
You hated VTubers. Oh
I
wow.
hated VTubers because I was thinking something like, oh, a lot of anime girls on my screen. That's just like content for gooners. And I'm not like this. I don't want to watch this because I'm not. I will not say this. So, but you can understand me. I
Mhm.
am not that type of person. I'm above all of this.
I'm too
I
cool
can
to
be
like
better.
anime girls. I'm too cool.
Yeah. But after some time, I started streaming. One of my friends found free free model of a funny cat, Neko Arc. If you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a funny cat.
Body count.
And I I just you know find myself wanting to try this model on me. So, and I also didn't know anything how to make this model work. So I downloaded, I Googled it, I downloaded Live 2D. So and wasn't a correct program. So it was like just a software for creating models,
Yes.
to animate them, but not to be a VTuber, by yourself. So after some time, I found VTube Studio in Steam because I didn't know you can just open a guide and spend 5 minutes and get it ready. After a few days, I set this model, and I found it you know it was funny. It just was funny. I just find myself in a situation that I can do so much more without my webcam. I can be like a literal cat. And that was the main reason why I became a VTuber, because I can create so much stuff with my own with me, with just me, with my own image. So that's the case why I became a VTuber. And I also watched some Shy Lily clips.
Shy Lily.
But
Okay.
by the time Shy Lily, she was the first VTuber I ever watched.
Oh.
And for the first time, it was embarrassing, and I was blaming myself why I'm watching VTubers, why I'm doing that. And this model that I was used, it was just stick with me. That's my audience. I was associated with this model, and that's the reason why I became a VTuber. It's just a funny thing that you can do anything you want in your own image. I'm like a cat shark. I am like an anime girl in the internet. I'm also anonymous, and it's also nice to. I don't need to have too much stuff to get ready for stream. I just can turn on my PC, open VTube Studio, open OBS, and press start, and I'm live. I don't need to, clean my room and maybe clean my own face.
Why
I
have
just
this?
can woke up, yeah, and get ready.
Which is good.
It's so hard to create a story when you know two words in your vocabulary. Oh my god! So
I imagine.
I hope you just can understand what I'm talking about.
No, I understand completely. You pretty much like went from like not liking anime, like all these anime girls on here, because they do tailor to a very specific demographic, and usually they know what they're doing in that kind of sense. So yeah, you'd be like, "Whoa, I'm not interested in that. That's not my jam."
Yeah. It definitely is, but you see where
As
I am now.
time as yeah, I know, right? As time went on, you
Time
start seeing the
time passed.
appeal of the VTubers, and you started wanting going for it. And you also see that other people like the anime cat girl shark
Yeah.
style, and you wanted a tailor to that. And now look at you succumbing to the anime girl adorableness.
I'm actually an anime girl in the internet right
Yes,
now.
you are an internet girl in the internet. You are anime.
We we have a little, trouble in Russia because I watched maybe 10 anime in my
Oh,
life. I am not an anime watcher because I just don't have enough time to watch anime. I
yes.
don't have any issues, and I don't dislike anime. I like anime, and it's interesting and funny, and why not? It's like a TV series but animated and from Japan. And But in Russia, a lot of people uh, think that anime is cringe, and
Cringe.
I was one of them. I was thinking, oh my god, it's so cringe to be a VTuber, and it's so cringe to watch a VTuber because you're just watching anime on your screen, and it's a person covered by an anime model. Why should I, for God's sake, why should I watch this? Uh, do I have any reason to do that? Why? Why can't I just watch a IRL streamer like
Yeah.
XQC?
I was kind of hoping you would say
Actually-
me, but okay, that's fine too.
And then you too. I'm sorry. I think
No, yeah, SQC is also really good. It's really good.
I
just
never
thought it'd be
watched
funny.
XQC actually.
Oh, you don't? Oh, well, he's really cool. I think I don't watch him either, but yeah, but he's really
AG stuff every second,
cool. But yeah, no,
just like me.
like I said,
So-
no, I like it. I like it. It's you see the appeal of being a VTuber model, and you went from not liking it to really embracing it. I think that's cool. I think that's cool.
But you know, with time, I understand one thing: cringe does not exist.
It does not exist.
You- It just doesn't exist because if you find something cringy, it's cringy just for you. It may be totally okay for any other person. You know, in Russian community, a lot of people don't like a person who, you know, speak with an anime voice, and they just making this voice especially for stream. You know, it's like high-pitched voice, and you need to speaking like an anime girl to be an anime girl. It's like a mindset of a typical Russian VTuber. And I don't know why so many people find it's not appropriate, because you know you just playing character, so it's okay to use any voice changer. You can be like Zentreya. You know, Zentreya uses STT TTS
Yeah.
system.
Yep.
And why not? You can do this. You can do anything you want. You
True.
can be any character you want. You can do any stuff you want, because if you're watching stream and you're enjoying it, who cares what you're how do you speak and how do you look and any other stuff. So
Exactly.
it's a mystery for me why people just stick to it, why they don't like an anime voice where you watching an anime girl. What do you expect from it?
Yeah, you might have to like realize that if you don't like anime but you want us to anime girls speak, you are probably lying to yourself. You know.
That's absolutely true. So I don't think in 2024 we have this problem that people think, oh no, anime is cringe. Anime is so popular in Russia.
Mhm.
So
Oh
popular.
wow.
We have hundreds and thousands of different sites with anime. You can watch it anytime with Russian subtitles, and we have a lot of voice studios who made, you know, voiceover to anime, and it like for 20 years for now. It always was like this. But in maybe last 15 years, it became okay. But
Okay, okay.
before 2015, maybe it was so cringe to watch anime. People can just could just bully you because of it. So
Yeah.
it's okay for now, but I don't know why people become so mad just because you're watching anime.
Well, because I'm pretty
It-
sure they also like it, but they were like made fun of. So now they make fun of other people for liking it, and now they can't like it because they couldn't like it in the beginning. That's my
And
guess.
it
That's my
may be-
guess.
For now, I have one thing in my head. The more stuff is ridiculous, the way more I like it. So if I find something ridiculously stupid and it's just funny, I'm enjoying it so much. I like it. So I don't have any problems with anime.
Hmm.
And if people, you know, just don't like anime, you can just don't watch it.
True. Yeah. If you don't like something, just don't watch it. Like for me, I'm not really a fan of like horror movies with a lot of gore. You know, I don't like horror movie gore. Like that
Oh,
just doesn't
I
appeal to
can
me.
agree. I hate it.
Exactly. So like some people might be like, "Hey, let's go watch this gory anime thing," and I'm just like, not really my jam. I'm not really something I want to watch." Which is again, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm pretty sure there's some really good stuff out there, but again, just not my jam. Not my jam.
And it's okay. Every person have a different taste, and it's fine for me. And that's the reason why I became a VTuber and all. I started to watch the more VTubers. I just I just like it.
Yeah.
So I just became a VTuber. I also was you know, should I say it, unemployed
Mm-hmm.
for my first stream time, and after maybe 1 year, it's become a work for me. So now I'm just it's my it's my work.
Yep. It's your
Not
work.
only my hobby, it's my work. And if I want to leave, I need to work. So I need to stream actually.
Makes sense.
But
Makes sense.
but it's okay. I think your hobby can be your work too.
True. True. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Well,
And I have a question. Can I ask?
yeah.
Can you be a streamer, maybe a VTuber, a small one, and don't work at all beside your streams when you live in the US?
No, not really. It would be too expensive. Like the only way you can really do that is if you like lived with your parents and they were paying for like your rent and stuff like that. But to live in a average apartment complex, to be a small streamer, like say myself, I'm a pretty small streamer. To be a small streamer, I barely make money off any of my streams. Like it takes almost a half a year for me to get like my first payout. It does not really happen very often, and I wouldn't be affordable to like live off of. You know, like you have to make at least like I want to say 5,000 a month to be able to
Five
afford.
thousand a
Yeah,
month?
yeah, at least 5,000 a month to be able to afford like comfortably. You know.
That's ridiculous amount of money. It's actually ridiculous. But
Mm-hmm.
hmm, it makes sense actually. It makes sense because I'm a small VTuber. You know, I have um, maybe 1 or 200 viewers average.
Yeah, so that to me is a pretty large because I get about
You
like
think?
3 and 5 average.
Mm, large for me, maybe 1,000 plus.
Oh yeah, and there's only a
I don't.
few of those though. There's not many of those.
Yeah, and in Russian community, we don't have 1,000 plus at all. And I'll, mm, I'll tell you why a little bit later. So when you're a Russian VTuber, you can imagine this. So if you have maybe 30 viewers average, you can live by this. I think because I'm not too big, and I don't think when you have 100 viewers you can live in the US without a problem. You still don't have enough money
Uh
both on
huh.
subscriptions, donations, bits, and other stuff. But you can try to guess how much money I earned this month. It's like the end of June, so we can, count how much money I earned this month.
Did you make $800?
No, you need to be no. You need to count with thousands.
So 1,000. Okay, so you
A
make
thousand.
$1,000 a month.
No, this month I need to convert rubles. It was 1,100,000 rubles, and in dollars it was it was uh, it was 12k.
Wow, you made 12K this month. That's pretty
12k
impressive.
this month. It's actually impressive. I'm so amazed that in our community we have a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know
Wow.
why. Because you can, it's my biggest donation of all time. Because it's ridiculous. It was from one person.
Oh,
I it wasn't my sabaton. It was just a regular stream, and somebody just donated to me 12k.
see, that would
Why?
be.
Why?
Yeah, why? That's freaking amazing. You know, like I could pay off like majority of my debt with just 12K. Like that's insane that just randomly just someone's like, here you go. That's crazy.
I don't know why. This person didn't even watch me, and don't watch me for now. So it's just a mystery for me. But in Russian community, we don't have a lot of viewers because that's the main problem. I don't. You can see familiar faces on every stream. You just come in. You can click every Russian VTuber and find the same faces. Actually, for the most of the time, you just know your viewers, and you can find them in any chat of any VTuber. Because we have very tight community. We have maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 people to some. So it's not much. We all of us share this 1,000 viewers between us. So to have maybe 1, 2, 300 viewers in VTubing, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
You're just successful.
It sounds like you're a pretty like high up there content creator for Russian VTubers because of how small the audience is in the Russian communities, because if there's only like 1,000 like viewers that watches your Russian streams, having 300 people continuously watching you is a pretty high percentage of majority of the community that's out there. So that's, you call yourself a small VTuber, but that's pretty impressive.
Maybe I'm the biggest male VTuber of all. That definitely is. But among us, among all VTubers, I don't think so. We have bigger fish in our community, so we actually have people who have around maybe 800 average viewers, but they're streaming for 5-7 years, and I'm streaming only for 1.5 of a year.
Well, hey, if you're already like the biggest male VTuber in your community or hosting about 300 viewers, you just started, that's gonna be pretty impressive. If you just keep up your what you do and just keep going, you'll probably be really popular.
I hope so. I'm actually work a lot, so I'm trying. I'm trying to do my best. I'm use 100 of my power to create some interesting content, and that's the case for all of my colleagues. Maybe I don't want to be offensive, but I have a reason why I watch only foreign VTubers,
Mhm.
because I find my colleagues a little bit maybe boring for me. We don't,
Oh.
we don't have a lot of content to watch. When
Mhm.
you're open foreign VTubers, big VTubers, they always doing something. Except watching YouTube videos, that's totally okay. Maybe you're a very interesting person like Shy Lily, and people just want to see your reaction. That's why you can watch YouTube videos, and thousands of people will watch them with you. It's okay. So if you're an interesting person, I think you can do anything. You can
Anything.
just sleep on your stream, and people will watch you, and that's okay. I can understand this because I'm watching Shy Lily streams all the time, and maybe it's not ADHD type of stream that I like, but I can watch them because it's just interesting, just chatting type of streams. I can just uh, came and listen to interesting stories.
Yeah, I like that.
And
I
that's
like
why
that.
I want to watch the stream. And I have only a few people like this in my community.
Mhm.
Only a few people who have a high rank charisma,
Charisma.
that
Okay.
charisma, and I want to watch them because they always up to something interesting.
Mhm.
They have some stories, they have some stuff happening in their lives, they have some relations with other VTubers, and something always is going on. But most of people just playing games, and it's just boring in a boring way. You can play games, and it will be so interesting. You just need to you know decorate your plate. Can
Yeah.
I say something
Be
like this?
more
And
variety. Like being a
yeah.
variety streamer. Like, dude, like don't just play video games. Like, go out talking, go out moving, going on. Like, I was thinking about doing a live stream because I'm going to go to Anime Expo here in the United States pretty soon.
Oh.
So I'm really looking forward to that. That's gonna be a really fun time for me. And I was thinking of like live streaming it with my small audience, just for people to see, like kind of look at it. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. So we'll see how that goes. Because I did learn how to like live stream on my Twitch. With just my phone inside of things, so it'd be cool to see. It'd be cool to see. Well, it might do something like that because that's what a variety is. Like you said, if you're just sitting there not talking, just playing a video game, that's very boring. Like no one really want to watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're
And
out
Anime
there,
Expo sounds amazing.
it is. It's really cool. It's like one of the biggest. I actually don't know actually how true this is, but I think it's one of the biggest like anime conventions in United States. And I've gone it a couple of times. So this might be one of my last times going because I don't know if I want to go again. Just because I'm getting old. I'm becoming an old guy.
Oh,
I'm gonna become old. So like I feel like I don't really like I will still always love anime. Anime will always be my jam.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. You're a man of culture.
Yeah, good thing. Yeah, preach. Um, but I don't know if I really want to go to events where everyone is just gawking at like anime girls. It's kind of like what you were saying before. Like you kind of just feel kind of weird when you like watch other people like gawk at those kind of stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I will
Oh yeah.
gawk at it by myself, and I'll enjoy my quality stuff, and I'll enjoy those kind of stuff with my community, my fans. But I wouldn't want to like go in public where there's thousands of people all like standing around trying to see like Iron Mouse's next like figure coming out. It just feels weird to me. It just feels weird.
But that's a thing, and it happens every year, I think.
Yep, it happens every year. Every year. So far.
And people definitely okay with it.
Yep, people okay with it. People really like it. Like I think the last couple of years it was so packed with people that it got so dangerous that they were going to shut down the entire venue because there was too many
Oh,
people there. It
but
was
I think it's so cool. I wish we have something like this. I'm excited to go on a TwitchCon maybe. in 1 year, because for now it's too expensive, and
Yes, yes.
we have a lot of troubles to get to some countries, maybe in the US. So, and you actually need to have a lot of money to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
You need to
Like,
live, you need to buy tickets, you need to fly for it. I think, is it right now, and where it's happening right now? TwitchCon.
which con? Let me
In
see.
which country?
I think it's San Diego. Where is TwitchCon?
Hmm.
So TwitchCon is so there is TwitchCon Europe, which you can
Oh
go
yeah.
to. But
Oh yeah.
yes, TwitchCon America is in San Diego.
So I definitely can go on a European one, Europe TwitchCon, but it's still so expensive. You need to have, I don't know, maybe 10K to travel,
Yeah, that's a
and
lot. That's a lot. For
that's a
me,
lot.
because I live pretty close to San Diego, I would just get like a flight and stay down there for like 4 days, which that would just cost me maybe about with the tickets, with the hotels, the planes, it'll cost me about $1,200. That's how much it would cost me, which is still a lot, but
And that's a lot.
yeah, it's still a lot, but like it's manageable. Like, at least with my career, I'm very fortunate to be where I'm at right now, where I work, where I get a significant amount of money to be able to afford my house that I live in right now, and to be able to afford like my other amenities. So I'm pretty okay where I'm right now. I'm still like trying to pay off some debt that I incurred long time ago. I'm still trying to slowly pay it off, but right now I'm able to pay it off, because before, when I was lived in a 1 bedroom 1 bathroom apartment working at GameStop, it was a lot harder to afford like anything other than just the main necessities.
It's always hard when your life is based on the minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
That's painful.
Is painful.
And I can understand why so much people who streams also go to work, because many people don't like to eat on the bread, maybe,
Yeah,
or
we
maybe
like to eat
just
more than just rice and bread. We like to have, a burger every now and then.
an inferior quality of life.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was I also had months when I just starving, but I just want to stream and I don't want to go to work. I just want to do my stuff and spend my time on in streams.
Mm-mm.
And I can't complain about the amount of money I earn. It's not a lot, but for a usual months, it's okay. It's not a minimum wage. I am still
It's a
feeling
little bit.
myself great.
I will say that it's definitely more than minimum wage. It's definitely quite a bit. But I will definitely say that, like, yeah, it's kind of hard with your situation, because your is a commission kind of style of pay. You rely on your fans, your communities, to help you pay for like your rent and stuff like that. While with me, with my current job, no matter the progress I do, I always are guaranteed that price. It might be a little bit more if I do better, but I'll always guarantee a certain price for it. While with you, if you don't keep on getting yourself better and stuff like that, there might be some months that you go under, and that's dangerous.
It's sometimes it's just a random thing. The amount of money you earn is based on just some random stuff, because we in our community we have just people with a big wallet who want to spend money, and we don't earn any money from subscriptions. So if you subscribe to my channel, I don't receive anything from your subscription because of the sanctions, but I receive because I actually, you know, have my own ways to receive my payments from Twitch. So you can subscribe, and I'll receive money. But in Russia, we usually use donation services.
Mm-mm.
You can just you just can send money to me. It's like PayPal, but with Twitch alerts, something like this. And one cool thing that you don't need to pay taxes from your money you earn from your stream. So if you're, I don't know, somebody give to you like $1,000 dollars, you don't need to pay any taxes because
pretty
it's a
cool.
gift.
Yeah, it's a gift.
I think it's cool. That's the one I think cool thing in our earn money process. So yeah, but it's so random. You just can earn $100 per month, and sometimes you can earn 10K. It's not related to anything. It just it's just the will of some people who want to spend their money, especially for you.
Which is, those are the best of people. They're like really cool people. Very cool people.
I think last 2 weeks was without a single penny.
See, that's scary.
Because
Exactly, it's scary.
maybe, but I think that's because the people just see that I earn too much money this month, and they just don't want to support me. They think something like, oh my God, you have so much money. I will work for this amount of money like a whole year, and he just earned it like 2 days. What a freak! I don't want to support him. I understand this mindset. It's okay. If I can, I I also want to disable all donations. Maybe it sounds weird, but if I can, I disabled my donations because it creates, unbalanced situation in your community. Because some people spend so much money on you, they just can simply buy you, uh, buy you. Yeah. They have millions of dollars in their account. I think I don't know why they have so much money, but they just pay for your living. They pay for your rent, for your food, for the groceries, for anything. And it's okay when you're praise them. They're just like gods to you. And that creates this unbalanced situation when some viewers just can't support you, and some streamers, I think, may think, this person don't like me because they just don't want to give me some money, and you just need to spend all of your attention to a person who send you 10,000K.
It is kind of like interesting demographic in that kind of sense, because I do have a lot of community members who I love to death. They always come to my streams, they always talk, they always chat, but they can't afford any of like the subs and the donations, which is totally fine. I never really ask anyone to give me those kinds of stuff anyway. But I will definitely say that if I had one person come in and just drop 10K onto my lap, I would probably pay attention to them a little bit more than most other people, because like you feel obligated, like this person just gave you like almost a half a year's month of income, and just like that, like you kind of feel obligated to be like, oh, what can I do for you? That's definitely like a mentality, like I want to reward you, or want to work for that in kind of situation. And so it is difficult.
That's the case. Yeah, is that the case? And I just don't like it. I just don't like when people trying to buy me, and it's mm, I it's so so it's so usual. It's a common thing for people like that who have lots of money. They always want something from you. They think that you're, how can I say this? That you owe them something.
Yeah.
Because they spent money to you and they wanted something back. They want your attention. They want you to answer to them in DMs. and maybe they want to speak with you in Discord, and sometimes it also drunk people who want
Mm-hmm.
to talk about some political stuff, and you feel yourself uneasy because you just don't want to say them no. uh,
But you feel
they just,
obligated to because they
yeah,
gave you a
I
bunch of
feel
money.
myself obligated because of this, and I can say no, but I can't say yes because, for example, political stuff is just prohibited on my stream. You can't just talk about politics in my chat, and my guests also can talk about that because I want, to stay calm and chill as most as I can.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, like, see, that makes sense in that kind of sense, and I definitely agree with that 100%. It's just like it's kind of hard and like stressful when you like spend a whole month like doing like maybe not as well, and you find out at the end someone wants to give you 10K, and that helps you like survive for the next couple of months. So then you kind of like want to do something with them, but then they get a little like sketchy about a lot of things. Like I remember there was a story that popped up like a couple years ago, where a guy actually tried to sue this streamer, this female streamer, a whole bunch
Oh,
of money because he kept on giving money to her, like as donations and like stuff like that. And then he tried to reach out to her to like ask for a date, and the girl was like, "I'm married. I can't go out with you." He's like, "Well, then what was all those donations about?" And he was like
uh,
trying to like say that I should get something out of it, because I gave you a whole bunch of money. And she was like, "Yo, that's not like that was all up on you. Like I didn't incentivize any of those kind of things. So like it's really scary when it comes to that kind of stuff. Is yeah, those people expect something from the money they give, but when it's a gift or a donation, these are things that are not required to like reward the person. It's supposed to be just like, hey, thank you. It's kind of like in the United States, a tip. It's like a tip. Like technically our tip culture is like a 15 to 20%. You want they do 15 to 20%. That's usually the average amount. But you can
what?
just tip. Yeah, that's usually
15%?
15% of the check.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's usually the
It's so
average.
much.
I know, right? That's usually the average on those kind of stuff, and it looks down. People look down on you if you go a lot lower. But technically, you could still just tip
Go away.
like 2%, or you could tip
Yeah, just go
80%.
away.
Yeah, it really is just
Some
wherever you
people
want.
do that. I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, pay 50% is okay. Why just your employee can't receive, right amount of money to live?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't it be, and I also can understand, we don't have, okay, um I need to figure it out. So when you go, maybe in Walmart, you're buying something, you need to also pay the tax. Am I correct?
Yep.
But we don't have such a thing in Russia, so you can just pay if boa war, as we say in British. You can just buy something and it costs $1. It will cost you $1, no taxes. So, and many people in Russia, I think they just don't pay mm, any tips. I think it's only rely to you. If you want to pay tip, you can do this, but it's not necessary. You can just go away, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And not a 15%.
Well,
I'm sure.
like the reasons behind it is that's when we get into like the political side of things, which I don't want to really dwell into too much,
Hmm.
because that's
Hmm.
usually like why are we being taxed for certain things, and then that's when it gets to politics. But just by itself, pretty much just to move on to the next question. Um, we
Hmm.
pretty much have like different ways to afford things as a streamer and VTuber. and it's nice to be able to afford those kind of things, but it's not always guaranteed. So people usually will ask the question like, would you rather have a commission based salary where there might be in 1 month you might make $100, or there's 1 month you might make 10k dollars,
Hmm.
or would you rather have something a little bit more solid where like you won't be able to ever make 10k, but you'll always make at least 5,000, and that will always be for sure? Like how would you prefer? Would you prefer a for sure certain amount, or would you be okay with like a randomized amount that could be good or could be really bad?
Mm, I just like this feeling of random stuff is going on around me. So I can just go streaming and receive a big amount of money. And the next month, I'll be just, naked without a single penny.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe it describes the whole streamer thing. You can be rich, but you also can be just poor because you don't receive any money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think streamers who have like 1,000 viewers, but they just don't have any money from this because their audience just not don't want to support you. That type of audience that don't want to spend money and to support. It happens, and it's okay. You just need to find the other way, and I
T-Mobile
assure
savings
that
take.
you always can you know um, you can give something to your audience as it will interest them to give you money. So
Mm-hmm.
you can I don't know, usually VTubers in our community just can play the game if you pay them the $100, or just can watch anime. And we have a lot of different stuff we can do to collect a little bit of money.
Yes.
So you just need to find the correct way to collect money from your audience, as I can say something like this, and not overuse it. So sometimes I do something like this. It may be an auction when people set their games, and the most expensive one wins, and it's like a casino.
It's
but
like
but you
casino in a way.
but you don't actually win the money. So it's not a casino, it's like a content casino. You spend the money, and the bigger amount of money you spend, the bigger chances you to win. But that's not 100%. And sometimes games in this wheel of random with a 0.1%, just almost almost non-percent at all wins. So it's always random, and I prefer to maybe be poor, but make the stuff I want. I
Mm.
don't care about the money actually. If I have food in my fridge, if I can pay my rent, if I can just sit here and think about my content, I'm happy. I always was thinking that I don't need to have a big amount of money. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to have, thousands of dollars in my pocket, and I don't want to have a yacht, live in Italy on my giant villa. I don't want it because I just sit in my room with my computer and streaming. I don't need all of that. I already have everything I want. I have a powerful PC. I have VR headset that I'm able to destroy, I think, in maybe a few days, because I'm always falling with my headset, and that's not good. I have a lot of money in my bank account to, have a little save moment for me. Maybe something bad can happen. Maybe if I fired, maybe I'll get sick. So I'm not worrying about it at all. If I'll in one if I'll one day become poor, it's okay. I just want to create a funny content. I just want to do something that people will enjoy. That's the top one priority for me.
Which is good. I like that. And that's a good way to think about it. You should always kind of keep that in mind. Is that always think of your content first, and always trying to be entertaining and have that kind of like enjoyment of streams, and have the money be like a side thing. So I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Cool, cool.
And I always give this money back in my content. So, for example, I spend a lot of money for my art, for my model, for my new 3D model that comes up maybe in 1 or 2 months. So I always spend my money, give my money back in my content, and I think that's how it works because you receive money, you spend money on your content, uh, doing better content, receive more money, and repeat. And I also think that you're mad if you want to stream only for money,
Yep.
because it's just not works that way. You can receive a lot of money because you're, I don't know, interesting person, or maybe just lucky, but maybe you're not lucky. Maybe you're unlucky, and you just can earn money from your streams. So
You know.
I pick to be poor but entertained and work hard as I can. And I think if I can't get money from my streams, I don't deserve it. Maybe if people don't watch me, I don't deserve it. Maybe I doing something wrong. I need to relook on my content, create something new, change my directions, do something new. That's how the way it works. So
Makes sense, makes sense. And I think that's a good mindset to have. You should definitely make sure you have that when it comes to those kind of stuff. So I think that's good. I think that's good. It's really good. Cool. So we're getting low on time because we only can do this for another 21 minutes. I'm pretty sure you're really tired too. So let's get into another kind of side of things. And that is actually something you did bring up. And that is you put a lot of your money that you do get from your fans back into the streams, and one of the things you did was your model. So let's get into the details on your model. So how does design come? Like, why did you come from something like a cat shark VTuber? Like,
cat shark.
Yeah, cat shark. Why did you decide this kind of design?
Yeah, sure. It's an interesting case because I had a character. I bought this design maybe in 2017. It was 6 years ago. I think it was 6 years ago, and it just was my favorite character. I I like to create some art with them, and when time come up and uh, you know mm, I was needed to create a new model because and when you become a VTuber, you need to have your own image. You
True.
need to create yourself, create your own brand, because your face is your brand and your personality is also your brand. So I just took my character, my favorite character, and made it non-binary. So it just don't have a gender. So I'm not a male person, and I'm not like also a female person. It just don't have any gender. And that was the solution for me because I don't like all the stuff when you need to uh, create a new design, when you need too much thinking about it. I'm not a creative type of person when it comes to drawing stuff and character appearance. I just don't know anything about artist work, so I just do it done simple. I just took my character, and a little bit redesign it to a VTubing. It wasn't my first model, it's my second 2.0 model. My first one was more, just more silly, maybe. Just more freaky, just more funny. This model, just became a beautiful anime girl because my new artist decided to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm always rely on my artist. If they want to do something, I'm open to it. I am just damning my artist and saying something like, "Oh, I need to have a new costume. Can you do something?" And they just draw a new costume for me, and I just okay, it's fine. I like it. I don't create anything for my model by myself. I think it's just it comes from the my artist's mind, and I
Yep.
like it.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I like that. It's good to have that kind of mindset for those kinds of stuff. So it's really good to also have that. I'm actually, for those who don't know, I actually am having a VTuber model made for myself. I'm actually am getting me a
Oh,
VTuber model. I'm getting
so
one
you
myself.
become a VTuber.
I am ascending to anime. I am becoming a VTuber myself. Now, when I
Oh,
do
that's so
these,
cool.
they're all right. Now, when it comes to these kind of interview talk shows, I will always stay as a flesh person like myself, only because I do like the contrast of like a VTuber talking to a live action kind of person. It reminds me of a movie called Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is a really cool movie in my opinion.
Oh, I never seen it, but I think I need to watch.
It's so good,
I
so
heard
good.
a lot about it.
It's really, really. I highly recommend it. It's a really good one. And so I'm getting a VTuber model too because I've always I've been wanting to get one for a while. And I'm actually getting it commissioned. But like all the people who I've been wanting to get commissioned for was busy, so I couldn't do it. So then I reached out to a actual like company that does it. And even though I really do like what they're doing with my model and stuff like that, there's a lot of questions that I have, and I feel like it's hard for me to like get a hold of them. It's hard for me to like ask those questions. I feel like I don't get in touch with them as much as I would like to, and that's what I'm kind of worried about. Is that like I'm going to get to the point where they put so much work into something, and I'm not going to like it, and they're going to kind of get mad at me. I feel like they'll get mad at me for not liking it, because I couldn't communicate with them in time. You know what I mean?
It's something like a chain of disasters can happen because it's. I can totally understand it because it's always was so difficult for me to create a new appearance for me because uh, I like how I look and it came from nothing. It wasn't actually my decision. My a good friend of mine said, "Why don't you just use your favorite character as yourself? Because I think you're associating yourself with them. So why not? I don't like to, sitting for a few hours and creating some solutions in my mind. Maybe this one character, maybe this one. I just made it simple. I
Made
just
simple.
took what I have and use it. And yeah, that's the case. That's why, and that's how I became a cat shark. My viewers call me Kakula, and if you translate it in Russian, it's something like you know, it, it means something like poopy.
Oh. So is that what your name is? Is like if it's translated?
And yeah, so they call me Kakula because cat is koshka in Russian, so as the K comes from, and akula is shark in Russian. So k akula, kakula, a cat shark in Russian. But it sounds like a poopy word in Russian. That's why.
I bet you get a lot of people
that's-
making fun of you on that one.
My audience always makes fun of me. It's like no, it's a bully type of audience. I'm always get bullied from them, and I like and dislike at the same time. But I think I totally deserve it because I have stupid humor and I always make fun of my chat. So mm, I think we just have this type of good friends relationship when you
Mm.
don't want to actually offend your friend. You just do silly stuff and say silly stuff, and you and your friend is okay with it.
Yep, and then you know what? That's actually a good, healthy relationship with your chat. You guys just like to mess with each other, and I totally don't have that with my chat. Right? My chat always treats me nice. They don't make fun of my name or trying to bonk me or try to like call me
Oh,
names.
they
Nah,
never,
never,
they
never. They
never.
never do that. They never
They're
do that.
so nice. Thank you
So
guys
nice. Yeah, it's.
for making fun of me. And also about models in VTuber, Russian VTuber community. Um, we have artists who created Camila, Camila, Kamimi,
Mhm.
and Megalodon VTuber. Russian artist Blinchy created models of them. So we have creators in Russian community who drawing models for really big and foreign VTubers. I'm happy for it because it is cool. We have a lot of high skilled artists. You can see it by my model. So it's also Russian artist who created this model for me. Because for now you just can't mm, comfortably communicate with. It's also about just about payment. You
Yep.
just can't say just you can't send 10K to somebody without troubles. You need
Mhm.
to find a lot of ways, and for example, I don't have PayPal because it's blocked. So how can I send my money to a foreign artist? And that's the reason why you usually stick with Russian content creators like triggers and artists. And this model produced by my mom and dad, as I can say. And I'm so happy with my model. And it also
Aw.
not expensive. It's not expensive. You don't need to spend how much money. I don't think there's an average price for a VTuber model in foreign community. But how much money usually you need to spend to become a VTuber in the US? What do you
Over
think?
here. So I'll be transparent with my model, because seen people go all over the place. I've seen people spend literally like $1, and then they did all their work on their own. I've seen people spend about a couple $100 for like a pretty much of like a generic kind of one. But then I've seen people spend about like $3,000, which is actually what I spent for my V2 models, about $3,000. And
Mhm.
then there's people who've actually spent about 8,000. That's the highest I've ever heard someone. Yep,
8,000, yeah.
$8,000 for their V2 model. So I can't even get close to affording something like that. But I do know that some people that's what they do. They want to take this to a career kind of thing, and they put the money they've made from their streams back into the community and back into the quality of the games. So it makes sense they would spend a lot of money on those kind of stuff. But it's always difficult when you don't have like any really income and you just jump into it. So that's why I usually suggest that you start streaming first, enjoy it,
Yeah.
and then if you get money out of it, then maybe you put some of that money back into like that kind of stuff.
And I also want to give a little advice for for future VTubers maybe. You need to just start streaming with a PNG model, with maybe without a webcam at all, and just streaming and earn money for your first model.
Mm.
That's how I did it. I collect, as I remember correctly, maybe $1,000
Oh.
to create my first model. So it was only by my stream. And I started with free model, and it's totally okay because when you're interesting person, you can stream with any model you have, with any PC. If you just can stream, it's okay. I think you just need to get started. We have so much, in our community. Models are not so expensive. I think the average price for a good model may be 1,000. So, but it's so good model like mine. It's like $1,000. So it's I think the highest price you can pay for a
thousand
model.
dollars.
Maybe one. Okay, maybe 2,000. But I think it's ridiculous for a market. It's too much because sometimes you just pay money for a creator's name because the person is famous, so they have they just famous, so you pay for his brand. And in our community we have a lot of VTubers who have so good models. We have a lot of just high quality models with the VTubers, but that's all stuff they does. That's all. So they just debut, they stream once or twice, and after that they go in hiatus, and just create a new model, debut again, create a new model, debut again, update model, update model. They just don't stream. They just show their model and go in vacation.
You go on vacation.
Why?
Oh, like
Why?
use it. You gotta use it.
Yeah, but they just creating models. Some people just creating model, stream once or twice, understand that is not their type of stuff to do in life, and just go away.
Let's go.
And I can understand that. For me, it's a big amount of money you just throw up in a garbage can. Why?
Yeah, I see. That's for me. Like as someone who grew up very poor, I couldn't imagine like wasting away that much money. Like it. That's just mind boggles me. Like I had my brother who lives a lot more financially stable than I am. He bought like a brand new Mustang, and then he sold it back after a year of using it. And
Oh,
it just mind blows me. Like how can you just put down so much money on something and then just get rid of it? Like how can you be so frugal with your money to be able to do that? Like if I spend that much money, that thing is staying with me for generations. That thing is going to be my grandkids, like
that's
investment.
true.
I-
That's true.
like so like to me it's like when people like spend that much money, like for me, like the reason why you got really into your VTuber model is that I want to get to the point where like I get this VTuber model and I will use this to make more content and have more ideas and have more
Yeah.
fun and do this kind of stuff. Because as I interviewed so many VTubers for so many years, I find so many cool ideas to like come up with myself, and I just want to do it. And the only way I can do that is to get one of my own. And I do have one, and I'm really looking forward to how it's going to turn out. So I feel like the money's gonna be worth it. If it comes out properly. So like I just need to give faith to the people who are getting it because they do make really good looking models. So I'm going to give them the faith for it. I just need to keep in mind that like the design and the style that I might like personally might not be what other people will like. So I need to keep that in mind because I remember when I was first making my designs for my characters, I had a very weird color scheme that like a lot of people didn't like when I was first showing it off, but I liked it. So we changed it, and I still like the color scheme, and a lot more people actually really enjoyed it. So it's kind of good to know those kind of things. So I like it a lot. But yeah, that's
Uh,
just how
I
I do.
I also so like unusual color scheme, for example, and unusual type of VTuber. Like we have so much cat girls, just cat girls, and fox girls. It is two. I think the most common type of VTubers you can find in any part of the world. They can speak any language, but cat girls are the most popular.
Yep, they
That's
are the
just,
most popular. Cat
but
girls are
I
always the most popular.
I like unusual VTubers. You
Mm.
know, the people who create unusual appearance. Maybe you're a bee VTuber. You know, maybe you're just like I don't know. Uh, you can be any type of VTuber you want. You can pick any animal, but not the cat.
Not the
It's
cat.
just boring. That's why I'm blue, actually, and not every person like it. For some artists, I don't know why it's much more difficult to draw me because blue skin, it just look different. So it's a little bit harder to draw me, and not all of my viewers like it. But actually, I like my appearance. So if your model looks unusual, as that's one of the cases, maybe I'll watch this VTuber because he looks unusual. And maybe if them not only looks unusual and they're also unique in person, that's a 100% combination to watch a stream.
Yeah,
And it's cool.
No, I agree 100%. And that's kind of what you have to think about when you come up with a design for your model. You have to make him unique and interesting enough, but also stands on its own as like easy for people to recognize and for artists to draw. And that's kind of what I wanted to create my characters. I wanted them to have simple features but unique. So like hopefully you stay tuned for when I do ever
Oh yeah,
release my
definitely.
thing. I would love it if you give me your opinion on it. I would love it. I would love it.
Okay. I think that's all. That's designed all about. So you need to create something simple, not overloaded with different details. Uh, I, I seen so overloaded with stuff designed characters. I just can't remember them because they have so much of their appearance. I just, can't remember them in my mind. They're so difficult. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And not only for artists, but also for your viewers because they just can't, you know, get you in their brains.
That's why you need to come up with those kind of things. Like I think one popular thing to do is called the silhouette test. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah. Your silhouette is, I think, one of the most important thing you can have because it's like a shell of your character. That's your, I don't know, your boots. That's how your character is look overall.
Say again. Sorry.
Okay, and I think that the basic thing of your appearance.
Yes, because what it does is that you get a black silhouette of your character, and it needs to be able to stand on its own. It needs to be able to recognize from a fleet of other ones. Like the popular one is Mickey Mouse. If you see a silhouette of Mickey Mouse, you obviously will know it's Mickey Mouse. So we wanted to make sure that if you can put your design against a white background and you just only have black out your character, people need to be able to be like, oh, I know who that person is. And if it doesn't, then it's not the best design. Now, I'm not saying that you are useless if that design does not come up with something, but that's usually what makes a really good design more stand out.
Yeah, I agree, and that's the basic thing you need to just you just need to know about it. But sometimes, I no, I think that's a cat girl problem because all their silhouettes.
There's a lot of cat
as the
girls. There's a
same.
lot of cat. But then that's when you do unique things with them. So you take a very common design and you add some new things to it. Like with you, you do have a very interesting design because even though you are
Thank
a
you.
cat person, you do have like a blue outline. You have the crazy eyes. You have a little bit of like a shark theme to it. So it puts a little more effort into it. That's what I would say.
And we have only 2 cat sharks in community. We have a lot of cat girls, we have a lot of fox girls, and maybe a few unique persons like maybe seal VTubers they debuted maybe 2 months ago. And when you see a unique character, I always, mm, you know, it when you see a unique character, you always think that that person probably will have unique personality too.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
so
no.
it's like having unusual set of clothes, because when you look unique and other people, see you going on the street with maybe fur coat at summer, so maybe you just look unusual, and people will think about you that you're unusual as a person too. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep, and I can see that one. I can see that. Cool, cool. Well, hey, you answered
Mhm.
majority of my questions I have for you, and I
Mhm.
could probably spend like hours upon hours just like ask more questions to you. But we are
Okay.
hitting our time limit right now, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to save this for maybe like a collab if you ever want to hang out again. So we can do more
Why not?
conversation. Because I do love talking to you. You actually have really good insights
Thank
on a lot
you.
of things. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
I'm always happy to tell some stories. I'm just a little bit nervous because it's not just a regular day ex- experience for me, and it's still a little bit different to talk with a little bit unknown language for me, because I can easily understand everything you say. I can understand the hard words many people don't know, but when I need to just say it, I can't, because I need to think about it. And maybe if I'll be more relaxed, it will be easier for me to talk.
Cool. I like that. We'll see how that goes. See how that goes. But yeah, invite me to your next one. So this will
Okay.
be cool because that means you will be in more of your element, and I'll be talking to your community, and they can ask me questions about like being in the United States. So we'll set something up together, and I think next time I wanna do another talk show, but it'll be a little more flexible. Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Awesome. I love to see
I'm
that.
always up, because I like to have unusual experience and to have something like that that I'm not used to. And
Mm,
my audience also like when I invite some maybe foreign guests, because they can have maybe a lot of questions about
mhm.
you, about your life, about the place you're living in, about maybe streaming in foreign community, because you have lots and lots of mm, you need to fight with other streamers literally, because
Literally.
you have so much other streamers speaking English, and so much content, and so much stuff is going on around every person, and you need to fight,
Mhm.
because if you want to attract something to you, you need to do a lot. I think much more that I do in my community, because I don't have so much, how is it called in English? I don't know. Wait, can I translate it? I'm
Google
sorry.
Translate. True Google Translate.
Yeah, yeah. I use DeepL actually. It's so much better, because it's native translator, and I forgot this word in Russian. So okay, it's like when you and other person and the other person have the same market, and you need to fight for your customers. How is it called? Can you say?
Competition?
Competition, yes,
Yes, yes, yes.
yes, it's a competition. So you have much more to compete
Mhm.
because so much content creators around you, and you have a big audience. You have a lot of people watching streams, but you have also much more streamers.
Yeah, like we talked about this in the beginning, where like you have about 1,000 viewers in your
Hmm.
community, with like when it comes to Russia, but you eat up about 300 average followers. For me, I only eat up around 3 to 5 average followers because there is like tens of thousands, maybe even the millions of people who watch in my
That's
like
true.
kind of like space. You know, there's a lot of people that comment that. And there's a lot of people who watch different things and different quality of things, you know. So like yeah, like a big streamer here in like Twitch, like Iron Mouse just hit 2 million followers, like two
Oh
million
yeah,
followers on her thing.
2 million. That's
Yeah, and
crazy.
she usually averaged around like 5K, 8K, 10K. I think the highest I ever saw was like 20K followers.
20K.
But like
I seen a few days before maybe 15K.
yeah, like, there's a lot of
So
people who like watch those streams,
a
and
lot of
even then,
people.
that's still not scratching the surface of the max amount of people that can watch your streams. So yeah, it's different demographics. Like my competition is with literally like other like flesh tuber kind of people, that also stream like content kind of stuff, and I have to find ways to stand out a little bit. That's why one of the things I like to do is do these VTuber talk shows, because it does makes me stand out a little bit by like doing this kind of like live reaction kind of stuff and talking to you guys about this kind of stuff. That but also I do regular streams as well, so it's
Mhm.
kind of like that's how I'm trying to stand out a little bit from the competition. So yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different, but yeah.
But I like the show. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you
It
for
was
coming on my show.
fun. Thank you. And you always you always can invite me because it's like 3 a.m. for me. But I'm not streaming at this time. I usually stream it maybe in 5 p.m. and 4 hours long. So I'm free at this time. You can invite me in anytime you want.
I will definitely do that. I will definitely want to. I'm actually looking forward to doing more of those kind of stuff. So I will reach out to you whenever we have more time. Definitely will. It'll probably be after Anime Expo because that's next week. So after Anime Expo, I'll probably hit you up. I'll hit you up. Definitely, definitely. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining in. You guys are all
Thank
freaking
you.
amazing. I love you guys. You guys are so great.
Thank
Um,
you.
thank you. Thank you again, Alex. It's a pleasure to meet you. A pleasure, pleasure. We gotta do more
Thank you for
conversations. I
having
definitely
me.
wanted, of course.
It
Definitely go
was
check out
nice.
Alex. Definitely go check out Alex. He does a lot of amazing content. And if you want to just see a different culture and how they do different things, I definitely recommend checking him out. Definitely, definitely.
I'd be happy to see you guys.
I love it. I love it.
Just checking around.
Definitely check him out. But until then, I have a fun person we're gonna raid over. He's doing a kind of like a SummerSlam VTuber event. It's going on with
Oh,
us. So we're gonna send some followers over to him. So yeah, let's go get that sent over to them. He looks like he's playing. Looks like the Hogwarts Legacy game. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining in. Alex, thank you again so much for coming on my
thank
show.
you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Don't leave Discord yet, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Bye bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.